Hi, and welcome to a very special edition of the Definitive Answers, the elementary school edition. I got a lot of emails recently from an elementary school in New York, which asked me to answer some of their questions. So, after combing through all the emails, I decided to answer 3 of the best ones. The first question comes courtesy of Gabriel, and he wanted to know, David, what are the largest animals in the world? Well, Gabriel, I decided to answer that in 3 parts. The first, what is the largest land animal? Well, that would probably have to be the African elephant, which can weigh over 220 pounds. Part 2, what is the largest animal that lives in the ocean? Well, that is an easy one. That's the blue whale, which can weigh over 180 tons. That's as big as 20 school buses. Now, for part 3, the largest animal that flies is the Kori bustard of Africa, which weighs in excess of around 40 pounds. Now, if you think about it, birds try to be as light as possible so that they don't have to carry excess baggage when they're flying around. And 40 pounds is a lot of extra baggage. But the largest bird that doesn't fly is the ostrich, which can weigh over 345 pounds. That's a big bird. Thanks for your question, Gabriel. Question 2. Dana wants to know if any life can exist without sunlight. Well, Dana, most life in some way, shape, or form is dependent on sunlight. Plants get their energy from the sun, and herbivores eat those plants, and other animals eat those herbivores. So most animals get their energy in some way from the sun. But notice how I said most. There are some animals, such as those who live in the deep ocean, around something called hydrothermal vents. Now these vents spew huge amounts of black smoke, filled with acid and toxic chemicals called hydrogen sulfide. This is extremely toxic, but there are a specialized kind of bacteria which can take in these toxic elements and turn them into food. These bacteria create huge mats around the vents, and these bacterial mats have allowed for other species to evolve, such as tube worms, snails, crabs, and even predators that exist solely without sunlight. But most animal species, like us, depend on sunlight for food. Thanks, Dana. Our last question today comes courtesy of Ellen, and she wants to know, David, how are rainbows made? Well, Ellen, the first thing you need to know is that normal white light is composed of all these magnificent colors, including the colors you see in the rainbow. But how do you get those colors from normal white light? Well, the answer is that you need a surface to break the light apart. You can use a prism, which you can pick up at any kind of science or toy store, or you can use water. Now that's how rainbows get made up in the sky. White light hits a raindrop and then bends just a little bit because of the properties of water. And then when it hits the end of the raindrop, it gets reflected back, and all the colors spill forth. Now, as you know, the colors of the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. A handy-dandy way to remember that is the acronym Roy G. Biv. Thank you very much to the New York City Elementary School for sending me all those great questions. And please, keep sending them to the email listed below. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Definitive Answers. Thank you.